Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back once again to Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. Today we are diving right back in with the enhanced battle mod, and this mod has just recently been updated, adding in a few more maps, and I've got a really cool kind of fort scenario that I want to do today, and I think I can set it up to make it look really awesome. So we'll be taking a look at that in just a second. However, before we get started, I want to go ahead and let you guys know that I'm currently running a Bannerlords giveaway. I'll be giving away a copy of Bannerlords. You can go ahead and join in by just going ahead and I think following me on Twitter, Instagram, and obviously subscribing to the YouTube channel, and you'll get yourself some entries. Again, it will be in the top of the description so you guys can find yourself there, and I'll be giving away the game I think a couple days before release so that you guys have time to download it and get ready for this awesome experience. So in the latest update of the mod, they've gone ahead and added in I think a few more maps, and one of the maps I want to take a look at before we then dive into the proper point of this video is the new siege map. It's a little bit different from the one we previously looked at, but it looks absolutely epic. I can't wait to see this actually fought out on the battlefield. So we're just going to dive in. I might need to lower the numbers, but hey, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to dive in and just take a look at this map. It doesn't really function very well at the current point, and do keep in mind the reason why a lot of the issues with the AIs and stuff like that does happen is because this is a multiplayer pre-release video game, so you can't really expect the mods to be insane or you can't expect the AI and stuff to be able to like handle half this stuff. The gameplay mechanics aren't in the game yet, so you've got to go ahead and give the game some slack because the game isn't even out yet, and we're playing with mods and stuff. But I wanted to go ahead and show off this map really quickly because it looks absolutely insane. And also, as well as that, a lot of you guys in my previous Siege video were telling me about, oh, why wasn't there any men on the walls and stuff like that. In the gameplay they've shown of Sieges, you can just deploy men directly to the wall. There's kind of like a bunch of pre-existing positions that you can then just stick your soldiers on top of. You can set like, oh, I want my group 1 of archers to go ahead and deploy right here, and they'll kind of, garrison these artillery pieces, and, there'll be a lot more situations where you can kind of set your groups of your army to defend certain parts of the settlement before the battle even starts. So, there'll be a lot more kind of micro and kind of positions around the settlement which you will need to defend. But yes, here it is. This is one of the new settlements they have added into the mod, which looks just absolutely glorious. Obviously, you've got much more of like a medieval style to it, or I guess Western medieval style to it. You've got this kind of outward position right here. And there is also lots of capture points as well, scattered throughout the settlement, which I assume the attackers will have to go in. This will obviously be a great position also just to snipe the oncoming attackers, because, there'll be ladders and battering rams and stuff being put up. So that'll be cool. I also love on the majority of the settlements as well how we do have kind of this outward defense guarding the gate itself, which looks really awesome. Then over on this right hand side as well, as the artillery is just bombarding down. I don't know what the hell's happened there. Maybe a fire or something. You've also got these other positions, and you can obviously walk through down all of these streets. It's not going to let me because I'm doing free camera, but yeah, you can rotate around there. And obviously, as you get pushed back, this is going to be the courtyard, and as you get pushed back, it's going to be kind of like a epic last stand indeed. And I love the way that these are castles. Something that Total War does quite often is they kind of make these grand castles into like cities where there's just lots of space, and it kind of just feels very vast. Whereas these are castles, these are forts, these are supposed to be defended by like 50, 100 men and be able to repel large armies. These aren't supposed to be places where a lot of people would live. And I love to see it, I love to see it. You've kind of got the villages and stuff outside the settlement. It just looks awesome. I can't wait to properly use this in a battle, and yeah, just dive in. I just wanted to go ahead and show that off because it looks so goddamn good. But I felt like I needed to show it off. But yeah, in today's battle, what we're going to do is we're going to set up I think it's 6. We're going to set up this really cool kind of like fort battle, which again, you guys will see when we dive into the engagement. But what I want to do is there's a little bit of microing I have to do before we go in and actually watch the action unfold. I need to kind of set up the armies, which I'm going to do off camera, and then we'll jump into it once I have set it all up. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the battle. Okay guys, so I have set up the scenario, and hopefully this will play out really well. I'm not sure if I've done too few men or whatever, but hopefully it'll be exciting to watch. So I have split all my army up into several groups, and I think that looks really goddamn awesome. I've got my kind of crossbows on the walls. They currently don't have their crossbows out, but they will do, obviously. I've also got my infantry on the choke points, each of them in shield wall, so hopefully these spears will be enough to repel the oncoming hordes. We've got some more bowmen up here, and it seemed like the bowmen actually did kind of cover these walls a little bit more effectively. I assume, obviously, proper mountable walls in the base game will be much more effective. I then have a nice set, again, another kind of shield wall back here with spears covering this entrance, and then the enemy can come around. I'm going to let the AI, if they want to, try and make their way around this side. I don't think they will, though. And then we kind of have our rear guard, very, very aggressive swords, and these guys will obviously dive into the battle if things start to go south. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how these crossbows do and seeing how well the enemy do. I've also split the enemy up into several groups, and you can see them getting ready to charge on. So all I have to do to kick this one off is, well, first off, we'll play as the other guy. Wait, is my main guy died? I'm not actually too sure. So what we need to do straight off the bat is get the archers and tell these guys to fire at will, as well as the other archers. I've got so many groups now. Just tell all my crossbows to fire at will. I'm not sure if they're going to, or some of them are shooting. Actually, nice shot right there. But I need to switch over to the other side of things, and I need to give the order for everyone to go ahead and charge. So now let's get ready to see how this does perform. The enemy infantry are coming in. The crossbows are loading up. Give them hell, boys. Hopefully, going to be picking off a few of these guys before they do get into close quarter combats, because that's going to be pretty scary once they do get a little bit closer. Oh, their enemy Lord is pretty close as well. It does seem like they are just going to funnel down these few kind of positions, which again is pretty good. And now the first lines are General going to be the first one in this game, absolutely demolished. And now the front lines are clashing. Their lines are hitting hard against mine, mainly just focusing down these two groups and already surrounding this shield wall, which is never a good sign. However, the enemy line is brutal, just their pure numbers breaking through, and then Falcons are going to be so good at hitting away my shield wall. I mean, that does look pretty awesome right there. However, they are taking heavy casualties as they continue to try and bring their way through. We could jump in on things, and yeah, let's try and do that. Yeah, I'm in the midst of battle right now. We need, oh, okay, you want to go down, mate? Okay. Well, this weapon does no damage. We hit him with our shield. There you go, that's him down. I need to bring over more reinforcements from this side, because they are slaughtering me up there. I can't remember what group of, there we go. Okay, boys, get in. I'm probably going to have to bring in our reserves as well. I'm just going to bring some more men round to try and help out. Seems like they are doing a lot of work right now. We can even go into first person. See, I mean, I can't imagine him with our shield. Oh my god, first person is brutal. Give me a little bit. Oh my god, yeah, we're getting overrun. The position has been destroyed, and all hope is lost, I think. Hopefully the infantry can go in and help out. I know I can jump in as another soldier, and this way I can still give orders. So let's select our big group of infantry. We need everyone in. Charge in, boys, for honor and glory. Let's try and relieve the attack on this position. Our crossbows are doing an amazing job. Love these big old weapons. They do so much damage, and they're actually really quick as well. Let's see how well my training has. Oh, I managed to block one of those. I'm trying to keep at range, okay. We're doing pretty good. My blocking has definitely got a lot better. I say that as I die. I swear that happens every single time. No, I don't want to go. I want to take a look at this now. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we've managed to actually repel the invasion quite nicely. I dig that. I dig that quite a lot, actually. That's awesome. I mean, we took heavy casualties doing so, but our reinforcement line really came in clutch and cleared them out. It was also very cool seeing the crossbows like fire down. Then again, keep in mind that this isn't actually like a proper siege map or anything. This is just a multiplayer match, so again, that's why not a lot of that crazy stuff does happen, but I think it looks really cool, so that's why I wanted to mess around with it. So there's one last thing I wanted to do in this video, and that's just had like a massive cavalry charge. So someone let me know in the previous video, and a massive thank you to them, is basically the current limit to the beta of soldiers on the field is 2,000, and that includes the horse and the rider. So when you do use cavalry, it basically means they count as 2 people in the engine. They count as the horse and they count as the rider. So we need to keep that in mind. So basically what I'm probably going to do is do something like 500 heavy... Oh, we've done cataphracts quite a lot. Yeah, we've done a lot. Let's do some heavy lancers. We'll go improved armor because I love the look of them. And maybe small shields so they have a bit, a decent kind of charge at them. And let's just do 500. That should be 1,000 entities in quote unquote, and we'll just do like one of these and one of these. We don't really care too much about that. So that's like that's basically like a decent amount of men. And then we'll charge in against. I mean, it's like a stereo. Yeah, let's do. Oh, I always do these guys as the bad guys. I don't really know. I've done a lot of people as like I think I've basically done everything. Really, let's just do some peasant levy because they're hilarious and I love killing peasant levy. Let's give them a small shield as well and see how they fare. We'll just give them like 900. And then like one of these guys as well. And we'll go over onto the test map because the test map does a great job of just letting you basically mess around with stuff. But yeah, guys, if there is anything you want to see in this mod, let me know in the comments. There's a ton of maps. There's a really cool bunch of stuff that I can mess around with. So just let me know. So we'll basically have the most amount of men we can have on the field, and I'm excited to see how well these lancers do. I also might just increase the distance like 150, so we're not like immediately next to one another, and we can actually have like a proper like roundup ready for charging. Oh god, what is going on? My helmet, everyone's helmet. Oh my god, what the hell is that? I think maybe it's the improved armor. Okay, let's quickly reload again, and I guess we'll take off. Maybe it's because I'm like a different guy. Let me maybe switch over to a lancer. Do something like that maybe. We'll see how that works. Maybe it could just be bugged. And again, a lot of these things you guys are seeing, no, it is just, maybe it's just this unit. I think maybe it's like the improved armor though as well. Interesting. Let's just change unit then. We were going to do the lancers, but that's fine. We'll go over and do, I mean, I don't really like too much about, I mean, these are basically more Rohirrim-esque than anything else though, to be fair. Let's go large shields. We'll go for a lance. Let's see how, if this messes us up because, no, yeah, it's still, it's doing it on everyone. I really wonder why. What is this bug? It must just be improved armor, like it's trying to impose the armor, because I put improved armor on these. No, I didn't even. Maybe if I change to like another, because I've never had this issue before. It's interesting. Again, I'll test this out. If this doesn't work, then I'll do some stuff off camera. Does it do it on everyone though? Yeah, everybody is just receiving it. Interesting. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to mess around with this off camera and then I'll come back to you guys hopefully when I fix it. I think the AI is doing it as well. But yeah, keep in mind, this is not representative of the full game. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on there. Their hats are all tearing. This is obviously not representative of the full game. They're obviously going to have plenty of additions. This is just obviously a mod for an early access game, so I'm sure everything that we're seeing right now is just an issue due to the mod being created the way it has or something else. But yeah, I'm gonna mess around with it, hopefully try and sort it out, and then we'll be back with a pretty exciting battle. Okay, so I think I've got it sorted now. I think it was just that the amount of cavalry I was bringing was glitching it out for some reason, which is kind of funny. But yeah, we've got a nice little setup of enemy infantry here. Lots of peasants ready to die. So let's go ahead and obviously we'll select back onto our main hero. I will bring the cavalry a little bit further back so we have a bit more of a, I guess, a charge up. So let's just go, I don't know, a little bit further back, and we'll also form a kuas formation as well. So let's just form up a nice little. I really like the arrow formation. I think this looks really cool. So let's set it up like so. Yeah, just set up like so. I will be at the front of the column. Let's go, boys. I also really love this cavalry. For like a Viking horse, it looks amazing. Oh yeah, I've also got my two brave soldiers over there as well. So let's first off just nice night. That looks great. And we're gonna come crashing into the enemy formation. Definitely have to make sure that we let that Lord of the Rings music play. I always get questions as well, guys, about what music I listen to whilst this is on, because I don't have access to any of the Mount & Blade music right now. And basically, I've got the Rise of Mordor soundtrack. I'll link it in the description for you guys if you like what you're hearing. And let's go. Let the cavalry and their hoofs be heard. This is going to be brutal, and imagine, oh my god, one of their leaders is moving out as well. He's like, prepare yourself, brave men of the peasantry. We will repel the Viking horde. This is going to be brutal. Look at them come in. Oh my god, ripping through the enemy ranks, and just look at them kills. That was a massacre. And the great thing in Bannerlords is the way that the cavalry do charge through and kind of cycle charge around, try and pick off any units that they've caused issues to. Oh my god, that was insane. I mean, again, I love the way heavy cavalry can just move through if they have the momentum. And they are slaughtering these peasants, just trying to rip through their ranks. Now, I imagine we could test this out with a heavier infantry unit and see how effective that is. Yeah, let's do that. After you guys have seen some peasantry massacre, we'll jump back in and we will we'll play as like a heavier infantry unit and try and repel the enemy. The nice thing is as well, these like heavy horses do actually do some decent damage as they knock into people as well. Yeah, you do like 60 damage there. I love the way as well how he just like rinses up his weapon after striking it as well. But yeah, heavy knights are going to be insane in Bannerlords 2, in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. But I mean, look about the peasantry number. Let's jump over and let's give the order to charge of these guys. I mean, obviously, this probably isn't the best idea, but I think in this situation, it's probably actually pretty good because it will allow them to like tunnel down. I mean, look at that. The cavalry have been overrun. If the cavalry's actually died just to the sheer number of the peasantry, that's insane. They were outnumbered 3-1, and I guess that definitely does add up because I ended up taking away some of the numbers. Yeah, I ended up giving them. So they have 900, so we were outnumbered 3-1 against our heavy cavalry. I mean, some people may think that's like maybe a bit too extreme. It maybe is. Maybe like 300 cavalry should just slaughter 900 peasants, but that's a lot of weapon swinging, right? And I imagine, obviously, if I microed it a bit more effectively, then I'm sure, you know, things would have been absolutely fine. I could have like run through and then turned around and come in for another charge. But also, this isn't really the best kind of charge cavalry. If we wanted the best charge cavalry, probably something to do with like the lancers or yeah, maybe like the heavy knights of the medieval faction here, of the Western medieval faction. So that's a bastard axe. That sounds awesome. But let's do this and let's change. Oh, sorry, 900 knights. I don't think so. That would be insane. Let's change over to these guys have really good spears because I want to see the impact of the infantry coming in from the heavier guys here. These guys. So I want to see like how they manage to repel the enemy. So we've got 900 of them, and then let's switch over to like, I don't know, Cataphracts. Cataphracts are probably one of the tankiest horses in the game. Wait, one faction, boom, 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 Cataphracts. We'll give them heavy knots so they do a bit more damage there, and they can just have axes as well. Okay, perfect. So let's just jump in, and we'll see how well the sergeants do. Again, this is going to be a slaughter for the Imperial units, but it'll be fine. Let's obviously just tell all our men to hold fire really quickly before you end up killing them all due to our missiles. And let's bring these guys back a bit further as well. Make room for your Viking Emperor. Hey, I'm just the leader of the Varangian Guard, right? That's what we can say. Let's bring these guys a bit further back, and we'll obviously set them into I think the same formation. This is such a cool formation. I would love to do like a column formation into them. That looks so cool. Oh, imagine like a Kingdom of the Heaven, you know, when the main character charges in against the oncoming forces, and he like just gets enveloped by them. There you go. There is the enemy forces. And let's form like a shield wall. Let's switch over. Oh, we got our brave men there as well. Let's switch over to these guys, and we'll form a shield wall with these dudes because they'll be okay. I think so. Let's form a tight shield wall because I just want to see like the impact on that. These guys are going to get tighter now, and they're going to be a little bit more effective at just kind of pushing back the enemy, which again looks cool. I mean, again, we can take a look at this tight formation. This is 900. Doesn't really look like that many. It doesn't look like 900, but that's a lot of boys right there. That is a lot of boys. Wait, are the two commanders going to fight each other? Like, he's like banging off shots trying to kill that commander. But yeah, let's just jump back in and we will assemble the charge. Brave men. I want to get in this charge. I don't have a lance, unfortunately, but I want to be in there with the rest of the boys as we break through their ranks. I want to see what it looks like to be leading the Rohirrim from the front line. Attack! Let's go. Unfortunately, we don't have their lances out. Oh no, they're getting their lances out as they're preparing for an attack. Man, that looks awesome. Okay, let's see how well we can break through the ranks of the enemy lines. Oh my god, they're like messing up. Still pretty effectively. Oh my god, yeah, look at that. They rinsed through them. I mean, this is the heaviest cavalry in the game, but there are definitely good pockets of enemy resistance. A lot of the cavalry are getting stuck on one another. Yeah, they're going to get slaughtered now. Wow, they are going to get absolutely demolished. And again, do keep in mind as well that like in the midst of battle, in the majority of your like playthroughs, you're not just going to be charging cavalry headlong into infantry formations. You're going to have infantry fighting them. The cavalry is going to come in from the side. And imagine how effective this would be when you have infantry coming in from the side. But yeah, they're completely able to like you know, slow down my lines, and my lancers aren't doing that well whatsoever. We go back onto the battle. Oh my god, our guy is still just firing off shots. Yeah, look at that. We've kind of just like stuck into their formation, but they're like so dense, right, that it's not really going to matter too much. We just get back out on our horse, going first person. Maybe, okay, let's micro a little bit. Horsemen, pull back out. We haven't lost any horses though. We've lost like 11 horses, which is actually kind of crazy. Let's pull back and let's prepare for another charge. Move! So let's get the cavalry out of there now, because this is obviously what you will do. Cycle charge. Instead of just leaving the cavalry in, you will be cycle charging 24/7. And we can actually see, so I've lost on this unit right here, I've lost about 20 horses, probably a few more if the rest of them try and pull out. But if we switch over to these guys, again, we'll get on board with them. Wrong one. They've lost about 50, so they've done a pretty good job at repelling the enemy ranks. Honestly, but now that we've hit them, well, actually, I want to see something. Okay, let's stick these guys into loose formation. Loose formation. Well, actually, no. I tell you what's better, actually, because I wanted to see how many of them would die. Let's stick them into like a massive ring and see how well the cavalry does do against the ring. Unfortunately, these guys don't have spears. That was probably my bad. But yeah, let's form them into like a massive ring, and then let's charge the cavalry into it and see if we can break the ranks. I mean, that's a pretty scary ring of power right there. Holy crap, that's like a 7-man deep ring. That'd be very, very hard to penetrate. That's what she said. But yeah, let's set up now. Our cavalry is formed up. There are some horses in our way, but let's go, men. Let's break across their ranks, or are they going to be like the Unsullied, and they're going to be able to repel us? Charge! Let's see how well the cavalry do. We can jump on board with just a random horseman. Come on, get me someone close to the action. That brave soldier getting out. Oh, that's why all our soldiers messed up. And yeah, there you go. They've managed to break the ranks, and I can't imagine that this is going to be too effective here. Look how many kills they're getting. Because they're attacking a lot of these guys from behind. And yeah, they can just completely envelop their formation now. So definitely the way, I mean, obviously the shield wall was much more effective in this, but I wanted to see, because it just looks so cool, man. You know, as the cavalry gets slowed down, you know, they do get, you can see they're getting slaughtered now by the sergeants. But obviously what you would do in a normal, you know, proper battle, what I would do is just like charge them in, get them kills, and just run out the other side with them. And just keep on harassing the enemy. And they're still doing some pretty decent damage, and they basically completely wiped out this side of things. It's just the rest of the side, as the men do filter in to try and stop that. Well, that looks very cool, though. I love the horses. I love the way horses act in Bannerlord. Seeing the cavalry smash against the lines, and you know, seeing them being able to break infantry lines. Obviously, I imagine like a line of spears would be much more effective, because they'd probably kill a lot of horses as they charge into them. Use that momentum against them, but still very cool indeed. So guys, that's where I'm probably going to wrap up today's video. It was very, very cool seeing that castle at the beginning of the video, and obviously testing out some awesome stuff as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next. Obviously enter the giveaway, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification, because I'm going to be uploading loads more Bannerlord content up until launch. I actually have a good idea for a mod video. As you can tell, obviously, I'm a big fan of mods. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to put a like and a comment if you did. Big shout out to all my supporters on Patreon and YouTube members. I'll see you guys in the next one.